president of this country is why I was there, for Gala SN. I greet you, sir. I will send this video to you, sir.
So you have to effectively know who you are, and sometimes you just have to take the risk.
Because poverty mentality comes with a lot of baggages, low self-esteem.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Tomorrow, where we discuss everything and anything. Today I'm your host, Fine Boy David. You know, David and Laura, not your flower, were not able to be with us today, but today I'm here for you. Today we'll be discussing poverty mentality. Poverty mentality is a mindset that perpetuates financial struggles, limits potential, and affects overall well-being. Mindsets like believing resources are limited, constant worry about not having enough, limiting your beliefs like I will not be able to afford so and so, short-term focus like prioritizing things that are right in front of you over long-term goals. Perhaps the worst of them all is believing that the successful are successful because they were simply lucky, or that they somehow became successful due to some unfair advantage. Now, to talk about this with me today, we have a new person on the show today. Hi. Edward, right?
Yes.
Nice to have you on the show, Edward.
Thank you.
And Okomaje, Esther. It's nice to have you on the show.
My pleasure.
The one and only Mr. Evans, Rabbi.
Thank you.
From Rabbi.
It's my pleasure. Good morning, everyone.
The first question goes to you, sir. Evans, being the most successful on this table, what do you have to say about poverty mentality?
Wow, it is arguable that I'm the most successful. Yeah, because I think poverty mentality is just a frame of environmental influence. When you come from nothing, like many of us, there's a tendency that you'll be imbued or imbibe with scarcity mentality. Now, that scarcity mentality is you are easily wowed when you see wealth, when you see successful people. And sometimes you can be easily jealous of them or don't unnecessarily be apprehensive of their presence. Because poverty mentality comes with a lot of baggages, low self-esteem, your inability to think appropriately of yourself, lack of understanding your identity. It plagues you because when you have poverty mentality, it defines your influence, it defines your decision, the kind of decision you take. You understand? It will affect everything about you. Your health, you will most likely self-medicate if you have poverty mentality. You will most likely self-medicate. You will most likely want to cut corners. Okay? Because you feel that you are overwhelmed, you cannot afford it. And so what's the point? So it will take a lot. If you are not the kind of person that have strong conviction about your identity and your person, which is very difficult. If you don't know who you are, which is very difficult, you most likely will continue to live at the verge of your poverty line. Yeah, because first of all, you were born into virtually nothing. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Then you are grown up, the environment has defined you. All the decisions you have taken so far are tied to poverty. In fact, when you were in primary school, when you were in secondary school, the first set of persons that taught you were poor. The church you attended, the pastor was poor. Your neighbors were poor. The people you play football with were poor. In your village, the neighborhood is poor. Poverty surrounded you. I mean, you grew up practically in that very toxic environment. And because the environment defines you, you now discover that the decisions you're taking are not actually far away from poverty. When people are talking, international politics or wealth creation or discussing very sophisticated issues about life, even though you measure up in terms of you're in the same class, in terms of maybe by accident, a class in school, not class in welfare. You just find that you are muted because the way out of it is not very tough. If you are Christian, if you are of Christian belief, there's a window for you when you begin to look at you are a royal priesthood, you are, great nation, you are from this, you are private. Those ones are windows open for the very poor to escape. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And that is why it is actually the scripture for the poor. The poor know how to utilize those scriptures. The very rich will not care what. The baseline of what I'm saying is that poverty mentality is no fault of yours, even though you can break free from it. But you have to manage it. The fact that you are from a poor background does not mean you are finished. Many of us came from nothing, but we also decide to struggle to break through from it.
Thank you, sir. Sideward, this poverty mentality thing. What do you have to say about it?
Poverty, I feel, first and foremost, is something of the mindset. I mean, if you are poor of the mind, there's nothing that will happen to you are poor. So it's just mindset. You knowing that even the physical resources defines poverty. But if your mindset is poor, there's nothing, even if you have the physical resources, you will still find your way to being poor. So it's just the mindset.
Miss Esther.
Okay, for me, poverty mentality is lack of planning and also lack of taking risk. A lot of people tend to be scared of putting their money into businesses because of the outcome. They might be thinking like, what if I invest in this business and at the end of the day it didn't work out well? Maybe I lost my capital, not even talk of the profit and all of that. So anybody that have that kind of mentality in his or her head, the possibility of the person becoming poor is there. So that's why we're taught that as a good entrepreneur, you must take risk. So that's it.
I feel like the atmosphere is too tense. Let me ask this very simple question. Is there something that you feel like you cannot afford?
Oh yes. Yes.
Feels like what?
As it stands now, there are a lot of things that I cannot afford. Maybe in the future, yes, I can work towards the future.
You can work towards it in the future.
I can't afford to buy a house right now, but I can work towards the future in getting a house. So that's it.
And that's the opposite of the poverty mentality.
So
that's just it. The fact that I go to the market every day. Sorry, but to me, 100 naira difference is not much. Even if I'm buying it in bulk, 100 pieces, 100 naira difference is not much. 50 naira difference is not much. But I go to the market and you see, say they add 20 naira on top this thing price. People they shout. To me, it marvels me because to me it's a normal thing. Prices will go. Every time I go to the market, I'm expecting that price to even increase. Now,
I said something who started this thing, that your background matters a lot. You are from a background where they are giving you.
Yes, you won't see that as a problem.
Whatever you come to this to say that will be against what you are coming from.
It's obvious. You won't see that as a problem.
See, I used to tell myself when I was very young. I mean, I'm 12. I will rattle everybody in the class. If all of you want to fail, that's fine. Me, I will not fail. I will not. Yes, so I developed that very young. In fact, I was so apprehensive of failure, like Okonkwo and things what I've had, that I have to go out of my way to do the wrong things so that I will not be mentioned in those who failed. You understand? I'm not saying people should go and steal or people should go and take what does not belong to them. Yeah, but I'm saying that, you need to have a resolve. For you to break free from that poverty mentality, okay, that mentality of scarcity, you need to have a resolve. You need to have at the back of your mind that there shouldn't be anything you cannot conquer. There shouldn't be any kind of you cannot conquer.
Mm-hmm.
Much more than just your natural capacity to earn. You should have a bigger faith to pilot your life. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
See, because from the natural propensity of man, we are limited. We are limited in terms of our ability to get as much as we want. We are limited. Okay? And that was even why the internet was created. The internet is man's closest attempt to replicate the spirit. So that you can be here
And then
and be in Mexico, you can be here
Global
and
village.
through the internet. The internet is that facility that was created to break the boundaries of human limitations. You understand? So the person who created the internet himself with that kind of mindset could not have been poverty driven.
backward reasoning.
You understand? So our own case, from Africa, our own case is quite peculiar that if you are coming from, environment influences so much. So much. That is why when the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they were complaining to Moses that this thing you brought us here to be doing this kind of thing. We don't like it. When we were in Egypt, we were taking this thing.
Taking hold
And they
on.
were talking to Moses, who grew up in the palace. And I was looking at them. These people have poverty mentality. They are talking about what they were eating. They were not thinking about their destiny and their future. It's about garlic. You are eating garlic.
And onions.
So the Moses they were reporting to was someone who grew up in the palace that didn't know all those things they are talking about. So that was why they stressed him to the point where God asked him to strike the rock once for water to come out. He carried himself, hitting the rock, and because they have frustrated him to the point where he was not going to get into the promised land. So they use their poverty mentality to strangle. And people who have that mentality, they have a way in a team. They have a way of being the ones to push to make sure the work will crumble. You understand?
Yes.
I feel like, to me, poverty mentality thing on its own is caused by, like, if people are not enlightened, they will remain poor.
Yes.
I feel like people who went to school, graduated, they have no reason to be poor because you've been properly equipped, if not even with the knowledge, with the experience. Now you've gone to school 4 years, you know what you can do and what you cannot do. So if you pick what you can do and take it into the market, even if you start little, in 1-2 years, you know that you will gain the confidence that yes, I'm better at what I do now. I can charge more. And so I feel like this poverty mentality thing is also in a way because people are not enlightened.
Yes, it happened. See, I did a case recently where the lawyer who brought the case, I was just added to the team. You understand? So when we met the company, that was the client. After all the discussion, there was some fund they're supposed to give. They're supposed to put down. You understand? As a kind of security for the job we want to do. So when it got to the point, the company resolved that is my account, they're putting the money, my own chamber's account. And I was like, why? Why should it be? I mean, I'm not the person who brought the job. I was joining a team to do that. They said they are taking their decision. Why I'm grateful, I can also tell you that I know why. Yes. Why I'm grateful to God for the privilege, I can also tell you that I know why. That decision of the company did not drop from the sky.
Sure.
They saw something.
We must have observed some stuff.
So it's we are not going to achieve much if we carry our scarcity and poverty to everything we're doing. The rich man's wealth is destructive. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. Our friends will come around and say, you are overstaffed now. The staff, people are too much around you. You'll be spending too much money. That you have domestic staff, you have the ones in the law defense, you have too much money, and I'm laughing because I know exactly what it is.
Yes.
You see, whether you run with your poverty mentality or with your abundance mentality, the same way you are living, that's the way you live. You understand?
Yes.
That's what they call a law of time and space. When we moved into this place was almost like empty. Eh? But whether we are doing any job or not, give it 1 year, wherever you are living, it will be filled up.
Yeah.
Sure.
It will be filled up. Whether there is work or not, whether you have resources or not, that place will be filled up. So, why don't we give ourselves up, open ourselves up for the bigger challenges of making the most of our potential rather than take all our giftings to the graveyard when we could have done better.
So, Mr. Count asks,
Okay.
is there a way you think someone can erase this poverty mindset of it?
To erase it.
Yes.
Okay. For me, one way you can erase poverty mentality is you choosing your peers wisely, the kind of people you associate yourself with. Just like Elema will say, show me your friend, I'll tell you who you are. The kind of people you mingle with in your place of work, place of school, church, and everything would determine how well you will become in the future. Because if, let's take for instance now, I want to use you now for example, you don't have this mentality of taking risk. Each time I want to do something, you kept telling me, Esther, I beg you, what if we do this and I didn't work out? You'll be putting fear inside me. You will not want me to take risk. And at the end of the day, I adhere to what you are telling me. So tell me, how am I going to make it with that kind of friend? With that kind of David in my life? So you have to choose the kind of people you mingle with wisely. You will know, if your friends are people that can advise you rightly, you will know. If there are people that cannot motivate you, you will also know. So that's it for me.
Yeah, like I said, you should open your mind to possibilities. To possibilities, and to add what you said, not only taking risk, take calculated risk. So when there's something, when there's like a situation, setback, just check back, calculate it, check how everything is, if it's going to affect you, if it's going to if the result is coming at the long run, or if it's going to affect anything. You should set back, check it, and re-strategize. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. I believe that. What's the question again?
Any way to alleviate poverty mentality from the mind?
Okay, to take up what? Yeah, let's not talk about having a friend. You give a scenario, having a friend who is always responsible for, stopping you from taking very good decisions or decisions that are risk-prone decisions and all that.
Yeah.
You see, that is the one having a friend like that. Me, I don't need to have. Hey, I'm just telling you, you cannot even stop me from anything I want to do. It's not even possible that I will retain people who will come and tell me that this thing will not work. I don't agree. You understand?
Yes.
So, the little I have done, when I took an audit of my life, I noticed that my life had moved forward the more on the basis of the disruptions, I don't agree this thing, attitude, more than those who have come to give me protective advice.
That's what it's called.
Okay, so that I will stay away from doing certain things and then just be regular. So if you are going to be outstanding in anything you are doing, you cannot flow with the status quo. Yes, you must be a disruptor. You must disrupt the status quo. Yeah, because whichever way it takes you to, it's a different conversation. But choose that. See, when you get home today, take a piece of paper, write out 5 persons whom you relate with constantly on daily basis. 5 persons. Look at that piece of paper, look at that list. That is your life in the future.
That's right.
Your life can never be better than your
So
association.
true.
It can never be better than your association. You understand? So that is why I am always on a steady rise to increase my association. You understand? I'm on a steady rise to increase my association. I delivered a paper in Zambia a few days ago. The president of Zambia was there. And I knew he was there. And I talked about very serious observations, things I observed in Zambia. Okay? They have built a new airport. They couldn't pay for it. The Chinese are taking over. And so I talked about investment. My paper was on trade law in Africa. Okay. So I was able to sound very strong warning. Top officials in the Nigerian government were there. When I said it is wrong for an African leader to buy a jet and enter the jet, fly to China to collect gold.
Honestly.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
The president of this country, his lawyer was there, Ogala SN. I greet you, sir. I will send this video to you, sir. So I have to do what I have to do to make sure that I disrupt myself, disrupt the line, because there are people who also want live and let live. Of course, let's
just
talk like this so that we don't offend people like this and all that. You understand? I don't do that. I have an appointment. The day my state, they are doing the wrong thing, I'll come and talk about it. And ask them to remove my name from that appointment. You understand? So if you don't, but if you want to so that they won't sack me, that's your own. So I don't think I should be in a place where I'm not able to talk because I have one poverty mentality in my head that I'm carrying up and down. I want things to be, everybody should be fine, and we're not still fine in the long run. So.
Well, this has been a wonderful episode. If you missed the takeouts of this episode, if I miss anyone, please remind me. 1, you have to effectively know who you are. Effectively.
Self-identity.
Because I know that if you don't know who you are enough, you are still going to be receiving less than what you should receive, and then you will feel like, yes, this is good enough for me. But if you know what you are worth, you would actually prosper for more. And sometimes you just have to take the risk. And in taking the risk, it has to be calculated.
Yeah. Well planned.
Well planned risks. You need plan A, plan B, plan C to Z. So if one fail, you go to the next one. And also, please don't feel like if you plan something, it is going to go smoothly. Expect the hurdles.
Yes.
It is always going to come. And let's say 4, be enlightened. Find enlightenment. In this day and age, people are moving forward on their phones. You do not expect school to come to you. You go to school. Simple. It's been wonderful having you on the show. Thanks for being here, Vice Evans, Esther, and
Thanks for having me.
And also, thank you, viewer, for watching. If you have any comments, you can drop it in the comment section. And if you want to be on the show, you can simply send us an email at enterprisecv7@gmail.com or send us a message across our social media, Enterprise TV7. We would love to have you. But for now, bye.
Bye.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.